Welcome to my views and news. Some news stories for you. First one is from Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital, where a political party has been banned from holding a general assembly. Ethiopian National Election Board directed all parties to hold general assemblies since last year. General assemblies have been underway. What is the name of this party? Who banned this party from holding general assembly in Ethiopian capital? Secondly, Somali region of Ethiopia. A viewer contacted me from there. He said, Sajid, you are speaking a lot on Borana drought. Where is Somali region? Somali region's drought deserves equal attention. And thirdly, viewers, PM Abiy is in Qatar like other African leaders, where a UN conference of developing countries is underway. And lastly, Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki visited Saudi Arabia this week, and nothing was said about his visit. What was the agenda? Were there any particular agreements signed? Now, pictures are being shared showing Isaias Afwerki's meetings with a Saudi company which is exploring gold reserves in Eritrea for around 3 to 4 years, I think. Firstly, viewers, ENAT is a political party, ENAT, mainly based in Addis Ababa and in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Relatively new political party. It's like Baldiras. The party always speaks whenever there are issues related to Addis Ababa, issues related to ethnic Amharas mostly. The party was trying to hold a general assembly in Arat Kelo, Addis Ababa today, but it was not allowed to hold the general assembly. The assembly was planned to be held at St. Trinity University, but university security guards blocked party members from entering university premises. Addis Ababa police officials were there too. They did not intervene. Now the party is accusing the university and Addis Ababa security officials that they blocked the party from holding general assembly. ENAT is very critical of Addis Ababa government led by Addis Ababa, Oromo, and very critical of Ethiopian government, PM Abiy as well. Like Baldiras is very critical, but Baldiras is in a disarray after Skandar Naga resigned, and now ENAT is trying to replace Baldiras, but it seems government is not happy with the statements of ENAT party. The party is legally bound to hold general assembly like other political parties. Question is, was the party allowed to hold the general assembly at this venue or not? Overall, we have seen general assemblies being conducted by other parties like PP, like Nama, Azima. No one blocked them from holding general assemblies, but ENAT was not allowed to hold general assembly in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Secondly, viewers, Dawa zone of the Somali region, a viewer from there contacted me. He said, Sajid, does Borana drought more important than the drought in the Somali region? Everyone is talking about the Borana drought. No one is saying a word about what is happening in the Somali region. Yes, I think I spoke on both regions' droughts last year when no one was speaking about it. International media, local media started projecting Borana drought just a few weeks ago. But I started last year. And yes, last year I shared some news stories about drought in Somali region. And if you remember, last year an NGO reported that people were marrying their underage daughters because of drought, because they were not in a position to feed them. That is why they were marrying them. That was horrific, alarming report by that NGO, and it was never challenged by Somali region's government. The viewer says that in Dawa zone of the region, large-scale displacements have been seen, livestock dying, people don't have anything to eat, though aid organizations are trying to provide for the people, trying to provide food to the people. Still, a lot needs to be done. The region shares border with Oromia, and in Oromia we know that Borana is affected too. Drought needs particular attention of the government, and for that you need money. Ethiopia cannot remain reliant on aid organizations forever. If Ethiopia is in a position to export wheat, to export electricity, it should be in a position to feed all its people. Yes, droughts are part of some natural phenomena, but droughts should be anticipated. You plan in advance. You know rain forecast for Ethiopia for this year, maybe for next year too. Why is that no planning was done in advance? Who is responsible? Of course, PP is responsible. Ruling party is responsible, and that is Prosperity Party. Thirdly, viewers, PM Abiy is in Qatar today. He arrived there along with other African leaders, where a UN conference on developing countries is ongoing. PM Abiy held a meeting with Qatar's Amir, Sheikh Tamim Ibn Hamad Al Thani, and others from Qatar held top-level meetings there in Doha. PM Abiy was seen meeting Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, Sunni's Channel Army Chief, Sovereignty Council President who is there. From Somalia, Hassan Sheikh is attending this summit in Doha, Qatar. PM Abiy is hoping to get some financial support from somewhere for his country. Arab countries, they are in a position to support Ethiopian government financially. China as well. EU, US, they have not announced any considerable direct financial aid for Ethiopian government in the past few weeks. Value of birr declining fast in black market. Foreign exchange reserves dwindling. Loan payment not rescheduled. And PM Abiy's government is looking towards potential supporters. Ahmad Shide was in China last week, and now PM Abiy is in Africa. I think Ahmad Shide is accompanying him, finance minister. Let's see, can PM Abiy get anything from Arabs for his country? And lastly, viewers, Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki was in Saudi Arabia this week, and nothing was said about his visit. A Saudi Arabian plane, royal plane, took him from Asmara to Riyadh, and then same plane took him back from Riyadh to Asmara. And he was invited. On official invitation of Saudi Arabian government, he visited Saudi Arabia. But nothing was made public about his visit. What happened? Were there any agreements, any understanding, any MOUs? Yemene Gebremeskel, information minister, only said that the two sides met and agreed to strengthen bilateral ties, etc. Bilateral ties, broad spectrum of cooperation was agreed, but no details. Now, pictures are being shared, not by Eritrean government, by some Saudis. Isaias Afwerki was seen in Saudi Arabia with owners of a company. Al-Murtaf is the name of the company. And he was seen dining with a company's owners, company's vice chairman. The company has been exploring for gold in Eritrea since 2018. In 2018, Eritrean government granted exploration license to this company, Al-Murtaf company, which is a Saudi company. Al-Murtaf is exploring for gold reserves at Funco gold mining site in Eritrea. The company will explore the gold and obviously then it will process it too. Problem is that in Eritrea, everything is shrouded in mystery. Now, what was the agreement between Eritrean government and Al-Murtaf company? No one knows. So while some African leaders accuse Western countries of stealing African assets, African minerals, colonizing African countries by taking control of mineral reserves, why is that no one is speaking about the activities of Arab countries? If Eritrea is being supported by Arab countries, mostly direct financial support for Eritrean government, what is Saudi Arabia, Arab countries, what are they getting in return? Obviously, they are getting something in return. Saudi Arabian company got this exploration license in 2018. UAE heavily involved in the Horn of Africa, building ports and expanding its activities in Horn of Africa. No one is calling UAE colonizer. No one is calling Saudi Arabia colonizer. Why is that why is that West is target of these African leaders? Why? It's because sometimes Western countries ask these African leaders to respect human rights in their countries. Some institutions based in European countries, US, they issue reports that democratic principles are being violated, human rights are being violated in African countries. That is why they are targeted. The European countries, US, are targeted by African leaders, accusing them of being colonizers. No one says a word about Arab countries.